Going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on SheepStaySleepTV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everybody that's in the building. If you are here and you can hear me clearly, please put a number one in the chat. Please put a number one in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly, family. Put a number one in the chat. Put a number one in the chat if y'all could hear me clearly before we get into today's show. Let me know if y'all could hear me, fam. Okay. Awesome. Shout out to everybody in the building. Of course, welcome back to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course. Shout out to everybody in the building. Salute to all the visionaries, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share today's show. Hit the like button and share today's show. We're going to get into it. Oh, yeah, we're going to get into it today. I'm going to give some shout outs, see who's in the building. But make sure y'all hit the like button and share the show. Shout out to everybody that's in the clouds. Make sure y'all hit that like button and share today's show, man. Share today's show. And before we get into it, shout out to our sponsors, Alpha Juice Co. Make sure you get over there to Alpha Juice Co. and get your Alpha juices. As y'all know, my favorite is the late night text. Make sure y'all get over there. Support. You can get a discount off on your purchase by typing my promo code in DS1 Ross at your checkout. That's DS1 Ross at your checkout. The promo code is going across the screen. The link is also pinned in the comment section. So shout out to the sponsors and shout out to everybody in the building. Let's see who is here and let's give some shout outs. Y'all know how we do. Black Views. What's up, Black Views? Salute. Shout out to Van and Van. Salute, my brother. Salute to you as well. Shout out to Miss Angie in the building. Salute to you, Miss Angie. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the love and your support. Always coming through and holding down the Chizat. Shout out to you, Miss Angie. Shout out to you for that Cash App yesterday too as well, Miss Angie. Much love to you. Shout out to Bob. What's good, Bob? Salute. Shout out to Joe Farrow in the building. Yes, sir. Hashtag agency. Yes, sir. Aya Thunder. What's good, Aya Thunder? Shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan in the building. Salute, my brother. Po Boy Films in the building. Salute, fam. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Sutton in the building. Shout out to the OG Mace on the check-in. Shout out to Junior Ali on the check-in. Salute. Shout out to Ms. Zahara on the check-in. Hey, Ms. Zahara, what's going on? Shout out to you. Shout out to my brother, Papa Flacco on the check-in. Salute, my brother. Salute. King Ra. What's good, King Ra? Salute. Shout out to everybody, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share today's show. We're going to get into it today. We are going to get into it. Y'all see today's show. What we were set up for is not what we were designed for. Now, what made me come up with this topic today is I was talking to my brother who was having a conversation, and he was like, yo, man, a lot of the shit that we go through and that we experience as Black men is really just a lot of bullshit. And it's a lot of shit that, you know, really we shouldn't be going through. And I was like, that's true, bro. Like a lot of shit that we do go through is like some shit that really could be avoided or could have been avoided. Or maybe it was meant to happen. Who knows? But it's one thing that he said to me that stuck with me. And this is why I decided to name today's show what it was. He said, bro, the shit that we was set up to deal with is not what we was designed to deal with. And that's what I want to talk about today. Because Black men, if you look at our history, Black men were designed, we were designed for greatness. We were designed to overcome all the adversity and all the obstacles that we deal with. And that is what we've always done. And we even do it today. Even though it may look dysfunctional. It may have a lot of dysfunction in it. But we overcome that shit. Black men have always risen to the occasion. No matter what obstacles we dealt with. No matter how much we were set up to fail. No matter how many projects they put us in. No matter how many projects we've been a part of. How many experiments. The way they designed the hood. The way we just came in this world dealing with poverty and trauma and all of this shit. We were not designed for this. And see, the real opposition knows this about us. They know that we weren't designed for this shit. This is why, after all the things they put in front of us, what do they do at the end? If the lack of agency doesn't work, right? If brotherhood doesn't work, if their poor health conditions don't do it, if poor educational support don't do it, the lack of fathers, high incarceration rates, if all of this shit don't kill them fast enough, we just have to start coming out here and just killing them, just exterminate them. The constant threat of extinction. And even with that, we still seem to overcome all of this stuff, brothers. Because we were designed for more. This is why they kill us. This is why they don't mind killing us. This is why they don't mind, the pile up of black male bodies. This is why they don't mind. Because they know that we're designed for something greater than this shit. They know this. It's why they rather us die. They rather us die. You see? Because no matter what, we seem to use rap to become millionaires. Now, this is not me glorifying the music. I'm talking about the money that comes from it. GQ, salute. Shout out to my man GQ. Right? Black men still got rich. and still is getting rich. Still getting rich off the NBA, the NFL, all of these things. All of these things. And I want brothers to know today, man, that this is why we're never supposed to stop fighting. This is why. This is why we have to stay on the straight and narrow. Because see, this is the real war. Fighting against what we were set up against. And understanding what we were designed for. And when you start walking in what you were designed to do, we gonna face a whole nother level of obstacles. And see, I'm gonna just be honest. This is why I think a lot of black men are afraid of agency. This is why I think we're afraid of agency as a collective of men. Hey, Raven, good to see you. This is why. Because see, if black men come together and galvanize our resources and really begin to make moves, it's going to be a whole nother problem. It's going to be a whole nother. You niggas worry about the feds now. Let black men really start playing the game. You worry about the IRS? Huh? Worry about the DEA? Let black men do what black men did in the past. I think y'all afraid of that. No, times haven't moved on. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. No, don't believe that bullshit. Time hasn't moved on. Because the same shit that worked then for us, it'll work now. That's why they're trying their best to remove you away from your history. So you don't understand what works. So you can try all their methods. You see? This is what we got to understand, black men. This is why they want to tell our young boys, oh, that was in the past. You talking about that was the past. But it took 9 months for your mama to have your little ass. You do know she had sex with your daddy multiple times a year ago. And then your mama got pregnant and had you 9 months later. But you talking about that was the past. You see how just the little things, see how they play on our minds, fellas? Hey, Shaw, good to see you. Miss Shaw Newsom in the building. Huh? You see what they do? Oh, that was the past. The past don't matter. It took you 9 months to be here, boy. What the hell you talking about? Huh? What are you talking about? 9 months ago, when your ass was born, that was the past too. You know, when you was 1 year old and now you 12, that was the past too. So what are you talking about? So it don't matter when you was 1. So none of your life matters up until now. But this is how they brainwash. It's how they brainwash us. So your history no longer matters to you. And when you go back in history, this is where you find prominent black men who understood how shit works, and they did it. You see, they did it. This is why they tell you when you're growing up in the ghetto, never forget where you come from. See, they don't just mean when you get on and you get some money to come back and bless people. They don't just mean that. They mean don't forget your history. Don't forget your history. Don't forget where you came from. Shout out to Bucket. Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget those black men who suffered for you. Don't forget that, because there are black men who suffer for us today. See, there's black men who died, which is the reason why I could have a Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I can get up here and speak. There's black men who died for this. We can't forget that, brothers. We can't act like, we got to forget that. How? There's black men who died for your privilege today. My grandfather, the foundation of the shit that I know came from a black man who discovered knowledge of self because of oppression that him and other black men were dealing with. And they figured out that the only way we can even have a little bit of anything is we got to come together. Is we got to understand that it's not just me they attacking. It's about all of us. This how you got the nation of gods and earths. This how you got this. This how this came along. Those black men were being oppressed, and they learned the value of agency. And when black men come together, guess what happens? When black men come together in the name of black men, not in the name of fuckboyism, right? You know what happens? Black men begin to care about their health. You see? Black men's families begin to come back together. See, it all starts with agency. That's why the first problem is the lack of agency. See, the first thing they did was convince black men that they don't need to be together. This is the first thing they did. This is the first thing they convinced black men of. You don't need that nigga. And that nigga don't need you. This is what we were convinced of first. You see? Why do you think William O'Neill did what he did to Fred Hampton? Why do you think this shit exists? Because we were convinced that we didn't need each other. Nigga, all I need is $1. I don't need you, nigga. And this is how they got us to sell one another out for money. Huh? Are we lost? Are we lost? The setup. See, they already knew, they know we were designed for greatness. You see? Why do you think they convinced you to hate me? Why do you think they convinced you to hate me and me to hate you? It's called the setup. We got to set them up for failure. See? And then when they fail, we get them to blame each other. You see? So then they could kill each other See, that's a whole nother setup where the black man is the scapegoat for other black men. See, that's a whole nother setup in itself. See, black man, if you weren't great, why is there so much shit against you? Ask yourself this. You see, all the other bullshit that's said about black men, that's all hogwash. See, because at the end of the day, everybody knows who to come to when they want something done. When you need a provider, you go to the black man. Yep. You need a procreator, you go to the black man. You need that strong semen, you need that good old nut in you, you go to a black man. You need a great stepdad, you go to the black man. I don't hear none of you black women running around here who are single mothers with white stepdaddies. Huh? Do you have a Puerto Rican stepdad in your house? The stepdaddy of your children, is he Mexican? Huh? The man who came in after that fuck nigga and took care of you and your kids, was he white? Huh? Divestment group? Was he white? So Pink Balls was leading your house? No. A pair of brown ones was. Yeah. So all that bullshit, fellas, don't believe it. Even the cap that these women are talking is bullshit. Because when that nigga left them, another black man came in and stepped up and was daddy. Tom didn't come in your goddamn house. Thomas Dubois, he didn't come in your house. William Cartwright wasn't taking care of those bastards. So don't get on the internet talking about how black men ain't shit. Okay? Because your sons learn how to be a man from a black man. Okay? Not Tom Brady, not Leonardo DiCaprio. Don't believe this shit, brothers. And stop arguing with them too, because it's stupidity. They're all speaking out their feelings. But at the end of the day, they can't escape that black dick. That's what they can't run from. You see that? And who taught us that? Frances Cress Welsing, a black woman. See, they know what we was designed to do. We was designed to destroy white supremacy. You see? We was designed like this, genetically. So what they do, they set up child support laws. They set up the system to be what? Anti-black man. They can't be anti-black woman because they need the black woman to be anti-black man. It's a chess game. How could one king beat another king and two queens on a fucking chessboard? Huh? How could we win? You see? It's a setup. See? Because that boy can't play us straight up in the chess game. He can't play because he know he can't win. He know he can't win. He knows he can't win the chess game one-on-one. Me versus you, my queen versus your queen. He know what's going to happen. He might run and hide behind his queen. That's why they use negative media portrayal to portray the black man as being weak, as the black man hiding behind his woman. So are we cowards or are we abusers? Which one? Do we hide behind our women or do we beat on them? Which one? Which one? So we hide behind our women and we beat on them? No, that's what the other boy do. That's what the other boy do. The boy, not the man, the boy. Little pink boy. Yeah. That's what he does. He hides behind his mother. William Cartwright. He hides behind his woman, his mama. He hides behind his woman. Not the black man. How can we hide behind our women? How? 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 You see this? This is a setup. It's a setup. That's why they set up this system. Because they know we were designed, we were designed for all the shit that they portray themselves to be. Kings, emperors, rulers. That's us. But they set shit up for it to appear that it's them. See, they know how to treat women. You see, they're the best dads. See, that's how they appear. Full House. Y'all hit the like button. We're going to go there today. Full House. See how they do it? Full House. You know, the white man coming and taking all the kids. You know, the village is represented by their community, the village. Where they get that from? Where they get that from? Huh? Huh? What? Huh? Where they get that from? Where do they learn the concept of a hierarchy from? Where they learn this from? Who? You know, us. Yeah. You know, bearded men. Yeah. Us. Yeah, us. Yeah. That's why there's persistent barriers to wealth for black men. It's a setup. It's a setup. Oh, black men can't lead. Black men don't make enough money. Yep. Persistent barriers to wealth. You ever heard of that? Huh? You ever heard of that? You ever heard of redlining, nigga? Huh? Do you know when you check that black box on any application that automatically puts you in a certain social class, so you automatically are disqualified for certain shit dealing with wealth in America? Do you know that? Did you know that, young lady? While you're sitting around talking about what black men don't want to do? Huh? Did you know that? Did you know me even considering myself a black man puts me at a disadvantage? Huh? Do you know that? Financially? Do you know that? Huh? Did you know that? No, you didn't. No, because you don't know what it is to be us. And I don't think you ever want to. I don't think you ever want to. Did you know that though? Huh? No, you don't. Oh, no. No, you don't. You don't. You should. I'm sure you don't. Oh, I'm sure you don't. Aya Thunder says, I believe it's more social conditioning of our group that started way back and they modified it too. Today's needs using the Constitution. Of course, we know that's most definite. The conditioning started way back. Of course. Of course. But if you have black men today saying the past doesn't matter, then how do we understand what the fuck we dealing with today? How is that even possible? If you don't know where you came from, you'll never know where you're going. You'll never know where you're going. You see? See, so they'll get up here and they would put all the killings of the gang members, but they won't go to these communities and talk to the founders and find out what this really what is this really about and how all of this stuff started and where did all of this shit go wrong. And you know why they don't go? You know why those news people don't go there? Because those are fucking black men who run those places. Those are black men who run the jungle. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you see how they just put it out on the news? Oh, the Crips. Oh, the Bloods. Oh, they're evil. The Bloods and the Crips are evil. That's them telling the world black men are evil. See, this is what we got to understand about negative media portrayal. This is why we have to portray ourselves in a certain light on our platforms. This is the purpose of creating media companies for ourselves. That's how we change the appearance of black men. Through our own media. You see, it's not going to change through their media because that's how they make their money. That's how they make their money. That is their justification for the incarceration of black men. Look at what they're doing. Look at the news. Just watch the news. Why, they deserve to be in jail. Look at the news. It's a setup. Setup. Whole setup. We don't even see it. It's a setup. King Ra says, bro, just look at their mythology. Kronos eating his own children to stay in power. They was never on that village mentality. They always been narcissists. Facts, my brother. Facts. Shout out to King Ra. I had to shout you out on that, bro. 100% facts. Raven says, you can't understand nor defeat your mortal enemy unless you study history, your history and the history of your enemy. This is what we're supposed to be doing, black men. This is what we're supposed to be doing. You see? And you're supposed to be using your voice as a tool for your people, not a tool against your people. Why you think they got Jesse? Ow. You see? Why you think they got people like that? Mouthpieces to go against us. You see? Mouthpieces to keep us stabilized, to keep us stagnant. This is why whenever some shit get ready to pop off, here go Al and his friends. To keep us what? To calm them niggas down. Go calm them niggas down. See who they used to stop Martin Luther King? See how this, it's a setup. Because they know what we're designed for. Now I'm getting ready to share a video. I'm getting ready to share a video because I want brothers to understand if they don't understand, and people who don't understand, who's in the chat room and who's going to watch this, that all of this shit that black men are going through, a lot of this shit is a setup. It was set up. It's a setup, and it's now on autopilot. It's on autopilot. But you have to set it up first. You see? You got to set the stage. You see? So for black communities to be destroyed, for black families to be in disarray, to be against each other, for black men to be killing each other, for black women wanting to abort their babies, for black women who don't want leaders in their house, and they want to be leaders and destroy themselves and destroy their children in the process. This is a setup. They had to set the stage for this shit. This is a setup. What the Bloods was designed for was not what you see today from the Bloods and the Pirus and the Crips and the Folks and the Hoovers and the Black Disciples. And any other of these black organizations that are ran by black men. They weren't designed for destruction. It was set up. And I'm not sitting here saying we didn't have a hand in this shit, because a lot of fuck niggas are the reason why the setup worked. It's because of your Jesse Jacksons. It's because of your William O'Neills. It's because of black men not understanding what they were designed for. You weren't designed to be a slave and a do-boy. But see, we were sold the American dream of a big house, a picket fence, and a lot of money. And this is why a lot of niggas sold out their own brothers and their own people. That's the truth. They joined the setup to go against the design, to create a new one, to recreate our reality as black men. This is why a lot of black men, we can't see nothing. We don't have visionaries no more. You see? Because we don't understand what we were designed to do, designed to be. So of course you can't see past your goddamn nose. You don't see yourself past just being a regular old nigga like they want you to be. You know, just go in and clock out, go in, clock out, pay your bills, and be a fucking mule of provision. That's what you become, black man. You become what I once was to you, a slave. That's what you become. That's what you become. You see? So let me share this video. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button and share the show. Hit the like button and share the show. What's good, boot camp? Salute. Junior Ali says, when we do have our own media outlets, all we do is turn on one another there because you still have blacks doing the work for them. Exactly. See, we got to understand that's gonna always exist too. That's gonna always exist. But we gotta have more of, we gotta have more options, basically. We gotta have more options, bro. We gotta be able to provide more opportunity. So there is no black men have to be stuck to make a decision because there are only but so many decisions that they can make. Because at the end of the day, a man gonna do what he gotta do to feed himself and his family. So if he gotta go take that contract with them people, he gonna take it because there's not a lot of opportunity given by his own. See what I'm saying, my brother? There's not a lot of opportunity given by his own. So where he gonna go? Where he gonna go to get 20 million if he don't go to Viacom? Because niggas is too busy buying Louis. So a black man gotta go to them. Because the basketball players can't stop wearing Balenciagas and shit. This is why this happens. I just saw Ice Cube speaking about how the NBA basically use their resources to destroy the Big Three league. But why does this happen? Because there's not enough opportunity that's being provided by our own. There's not a lot of us to protect Ice Cube and what he's promoting because we're not focused on that. You see what I'm saying? We're not focused on what we were designed for. We're focused on what we were set up for. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. So let me share my screen. Shout out to Can Capone News. Shout out to Can Capone News. This is for educational purposes only. Educational purposes only. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Let's get into it, y'all. This is an 11-minute video. I'm going to be stopping in the, in between. Y'all know how I do. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button and share the show. Hit the like button and share the show.
Ayatollah Marv, how's it going?
Everything's good.
Yeah, good to have you on the show, man. You guys been making some headlines lately. And
kind of like, ruffled a couple of people's feathers.
Yeah, I seen it.
Did you?
I did. I thought we'd get to know you a little bit better. A lot of people might not know who you are or, who you grew up with. So I figured we'd get into your story a little bit and, get to know you a little bit better.
Sure.
Where'd you grow up at?
Compton, California. Nightmare on Elm Street. Grew up in Compton, original from Compton. Called it Nightmare on Elm Street. We ran Freddy Krueger out of Compton. So got a rich history. Grew up mother and father. Went to school. Did what average people do in a bustling city of Compton at the time. It was a suburban community, home of the spook hunters.
I joined Audio because after extensive analysis of their music catalog, it was clear to me that they offered the
Now, I had to stop it there. Because I wanted to point out something in particular that he just stated. He said he grew up with a mother and a father. He grew up with both of his parents. So, brothers, this broken home shit that we've gotten used to, that we like to promote, this is not what black men is about. Understand this. The shit that y'all representing, man, Y'all gotta understand the men. This is why I'm showing Ayatollah Marv. Salute to that black man. He's one of the founders of the Pirus. And see, I'm showing this because I want brothers to understand what they come from, what they really come from, what they really representing. Because you see what he said? The home of the spook hunters. What is a spook? What is a spook? If y'all know, what is a spook to any of the older brothers in the chat room? What is a spook? Who do they call spooks? Raven says we have to get our minds out of the whole their water tastes better. Their water tastes better than ours mentality. Heck, they still are intelligence, natural creativity, and born abilities to succeed and label it as their own. Exactly. Exactly. What is a spook? Y'all let me know. What is a spook? He said the home of the spook hunters. So right there, if y'all know what a spook is, and they were the spook hunters, these people. So now you see why we had to have what we have. Huh? Is it starting to click? Why we had to have brotherly love overriding oppression and destruction? See why we had to? Let's continue.
And the John Burke Society, and we came up on another generation of no nonsense, new breed of black boys, and start creating our own effect and the things that we have. So I grew up in Compton. From originally, our neighborhoods was treetops to swamps, Boot Hill, Front Hood, and Spook Town.
Okay, you mentioned a lot. Well, what years was this that you were referring to?
We're talking about from we started from the 50s on up to the recent day. I started like 1959.
Okay, so you've been around.
Since 1950 is when these black men established something that's still here to today. 1950. He started in 1959. So let me ask y'all this. Shout out to Alonzo Hall in the building. Salute, my brother. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think that what the Bloods was originally designed for is what it is today? And why do you think it's that way? Huh? We got to start thinking, brothers. Why do you think it's that way today? So you just think that's just how it happened? It's called the setup. Let's keep listening. Let's keep listening. That's facts, Alonzo.
Around through it all. You've seen
everything. Yeah.
Okay. How old were you when you first moved to Compton?
I was born in Compton.
You were born in Compton.
Yeah.
So this would have been in
1950.
1950. Okay. And what was Compton like for you there when you were growing up?
When I was growing up, Compton was lily white. It was, like I told you, the spook hunters, the Minutemen. These were white dudes that didn't believe blacks could move. After 7 o'clock at night, you couldn't go past Wilmington because the spook hunters would chase you and shoot you with BB guns from out of Victory Park. So my first real interaction, like I tell people, like, we grew up thinking that everybody was all right, that, everybody would be your friends. And these young white boys, I guess there was about 18 and 19 years old, ask us for some information. I went to volunteer to give them this information, and they threw rotten eggs and tomatoes on me. So I'm like 8 years old. And, they had the butch haircuts, the T-shirts with the Lucky Strike cigarettes. And it was never liked Fords after that, a Crown Victoria, blue and white. And they laughed, had them a good laugh. So I was shocked, like, man, why would somebody do this to me? And went home crying. My mother like, yeah, I told you not to trust white people. Like, man, after that, me and my friends got together. I was so angry about it. I'm like, man, we're getting them back. So we started us a little club. $5. We was watching Edward G. Robinson and this gang, and it was called the Blackjack Gang. So we went and cut off water hoses and wrapped it with some black tape, and we became the Blackjack Boys. So we went to people.
Now, what y'all just heard is the true purpose of agency force. Why did black men unify in the beginning? Oppression. What did Ayatollah Marv just break down? They were being oppressed because they were black men. This is the purpose for agency, black man. Not because nobody wants your money, nigga. We don't want your money. We don't want your woman. The purpose for agency has always been to fight against oppression. That's what it's always been. This is how the Bloods was started. Go back and look at the Watts riots. Community revolution in progress. Oppression. You see? What are we talking about? Brothers, what are we riffing about? See, us doing all of this infighting and all of this bullshit just proves that we've been set up. So much to the point where we don't even know what we was designed for. And they're trying to wipe out the greatness of black men. They're trying to wipe it out. Why do you think they don't want to let Larry Hoover out of jail? See, that's the real reason why they're giving Kanye West pushback, whether y'all know this or not. See, because I understand the game, because I understand the setup, because I know what black men were designed for. You see, I know this is a spiritual war. This is a spiritual war. You attack Kanye because he's trying to bring what to black people in Chicago? Growth and development. If you bring growth and development back to the black community in Chicago, They don't make no money off Black Death. Now it's war. You see? This is the real war that they want black men to wake up and to ignore every fucking day, every time they turn on BET and NBA 2K and all of that other bullshit. They want you to stay submerged in that shit so you don't know and see the real war. And you could be a great soldier. That's why they want you to play the game. See, this is why they want our sons to be great at Call of Duty, but don't know how to use a real switch. He know how to use a switch on the game, but don't teach him how to use a real. Don't show him how to be a real soldier. You see, because first you got to be a soldier up here. Because if you're not a soldier up here, you a soldier for everybody. See? You see? And this is what they got the black man doing. Fighting against himself. When they know they goddamn target, their target is us. The spook hunters. You heard what he said? He was 8 years old. He was 8. The spook hunters.
House at night, 10, 11 o'clock at night. And in Compton, all the mailboxes have is in the door, in your front door. When you open, you just slide the mail in, it hits your floor. So we go at night about 11 o'clock and go take your water hose, put the water hose inside the mailbox and turn the water on. You wake up in the morning, your furniture floating like a So we start terrorizing Compton. You know, we go to Richland Farms. The LA Dodgers lived in Richland Farms at that time, and they had horses and this and that. We steal their horses in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning before the horses fed, and ride them all the way to Disneyland, right? And just let them go and play all day and steal white boys' bikes and ride back home, you know? So then one day my cousin, Lil J, he says, man, y'all not blackjack boys, you know, we treetops. I'm like, treetops? Like, yeah, we are, our hood is treetops. So I live on Elm Street. It's Poplar Street, Maple Street, Cedar Street, Spruce Street. All the streets are named after trees. So at that time when I grew up, from Central, Rosecrans, to Compton Boulevard, to the canal, because it's a canal that separates our sides. And all of that area was originally, we was all treetops. And then in the 70s, they became Palmer Block. Palmer's 1 block away from Arbutus, from Brazil. So they became Palmer Block Crips, and all of them, we was all treetops. Then my brother, they became Cedar blocks, because Cedars are dead in street. You hear a lot of dudes telling you out of LA Crips or this and this and that about what they did, but you very seldom hear, or you never hear them coming talking about they did any drive-bys or did anything in the city of Compton, because our streets are so confusing. Every other street is a dead end. So you turn a corner one way and go another way, and you blocked in. So if you don't know the neighborhood, you can't do nothing in there. So I'm original, and the Piru Street is the west side. It's a street actually called Piru. So the Piru Street is a street. Everybody on Piru Street was just like hustlers. The Bowen family, all of them was bank robbers. So Mickey Blue, he was the oldest brother, and we used to go over there and play football with him. And Mickey, he the first one that introduced us to what real money was. And we wanted to be just like Mick and be a bank robber, you know. So the first time we ever heard the word Piru was about 1962. The feds came in and they was looking for him and asked Miss Bowen, like, where's your son, him, and
So you're a filmmaker and you're looking for
Randy, Lonnie Hall, and I think it was Victor Murphy. I'm not sure about Vic. But they like, we looking for him. And the police came out and asked us, hey, you ever seen the Pyru Boys? So that was the 60s. That was the anointed of the Pyru Boys. Every house on Pyru Street is like 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 sons. So I mean, it's a gang of boys on the street. It's a long street. So that was the creation. And Compton is 10 square miles. So we always did everything different. Compton, the city of Compton, we've had more athletes go to the Olympics than any other state. More black athletes go to the Olympics. When you talk about gangster rap, the birth of gangster rap is NWA. We've had, Kendrick Lamar, we had Game, now we got YG, go all the way back. The first rapper to ever have his name on a billboard was DJ Quick on Sunset in the 90s. Quick is the name. So he's the first rapper in the whole United States to ever have his name on a billboard. So we got Venus and Serena Williams. So it's great things that happen out of Compton, and
y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Y'all heard all that greatness that come out of some place that the world deems to be evil. How do you demonize Compton, but the world loves Venus and Serena Williams? The world loves Kendrick Lamar, but hate Compton. You see how this stuff works? You see? Hate black men, but love everything that comes from them. You see that? You see that? Love Kendrick. But who groomed Kendrick? Them same black men you love to hate? Who groomed them? That same environment y'all love to hate? Let's continue. What's up, Nikki? OG Sonny Blanco in the building. Salute, OG. Appreciate you. Let's get back into it.
For people to misinterpret it, we don't have any projects in Compton. Everybody is homeowners. You know what I'm saying? You can't come to Compton and find the Nickerson Gardens or the Jordan Down projects. We don't have projects in Compton.
Right. You guys mostly have houses,
yes,
maybe some apartment complexes?
They just recently, the Grandees was an apartment complex. It's one block. And then they opened up Wilmington Arms in the 70s,
Okay. You were there before the gangs even formed.
These new gangs. I am the gang. Like I said, from 1950, like I told you, we had gangs. We had who was the Nutty Block Crips now. Before they was Nutty Block, before they was Grandee, they was called Boot Hill because their neighborhood is right next to a graveyard. So the graveyard, so they were called Boot Hill. And you got over here on the west side of Compton, by Enterprise, it was the swamps. So it was swamp area there. So they was the Swamp Boys. So we've all had interchanges. You know what I'm saying? So we've always had gangs. They had the Slawsons in LA, they had the businessmen, they had the rebel rousers, they had the gladiators. So they had the Sleepy Lagoon murder down in Los Angeles with the Mexican gangs, Maravilla, White Fence. So it's always been gangs, to the effect that it came into the 70s and the birth in 1969, the birth of the Crips. And they ravaged the black community. And in defense, the Bloods came along, and then Pyru came, And Pyru was just a mechanism that ain't nobody gonna come in Compton and just run nothing just because they're homeowners and this and that. You ain't gonna take no leather coats. You're not taking shoes. It's not just gonna get took. So it came in a defense, and then it presented itself where it became a culture, and then it started. And that culture came about where we started eating off each other, and forgot who the real enemy was and became enemies of ourselves. You feel what I'm saying?
Shout out to the OG, man. Shout out to the OG, the legend. Y'all heard what he said. He said, I am the gang. But notice what he said at the end. And shout out to Ken Capone News, too. Shout out to Ken Capone News for that interview. Notice what he said. We lost track of who the real enemy was. The setup. The setup. Now, there's already guys that done admitted that, and even police officers done came out and admitted how back in the times they was inciting in LA, throughout California, they were inciting the blood and Crip war by kidnapping gang members, dropping them off in neighborhoods. The setup. The setup. But the key thing, brothers, is we forgot who the enemy was. Because we forgot what we were designed for. You see? We forgot what we were designed for, brothers. You see? We forgot. This is why we're at where we're at now. You see? We needed black disciples. We needed gangster disciples. We needed Crips and Bloods and all of that. And these were men who stepped up to protect the community. That's what it was originally about. Because what? Black men were designed to do what? To be family men. Communal men. That's why the Bloods was created. You see? That was the whole reason for the Crips being created. The folks and all of these things that black men decided to create, it was all created because of oppression. Oppression by a system that was set up to get rid of black men so they can have the stronghold that they have today on our women, on our children, on our culture. They was able to do all of this because they got rid of us. You see? That's why they was able to get rid of us, whether killing us, incarcerating us, robbing us, selling, convincing us to sell ourselves out through contracts. You see? It's all a setup, brothers. Jay-Z going through this right now with Bacardi. And Duce. Jay-Z is trying to get rid of Duce. And Bacardi is supposed to buy the rest of the shares. But guess what they're trying to do? They're trying to put pressure on Jay to sell it for less money. You see, the war never ends. You see? You think Jay-Z still not fighting these devils? Why you think he said God did it? You think he's still not fighting these devils? You think they not trying to kill Jay-Z and trying to take all his money? You think they not? No matter who he down with, no matter what oath he took, he's still a nigga. He told y'all this. Niggas in Paris. Kanye West told y'all this. You could go sign whatever to whoever, sacrifice whoever. Nigga, you only just sacrifice to get to the next level. You still a nigga. And niggas are always on the menu. Who don't love nigga? Huh? Who don't love nigga meat? Who don't love black man? Black man always on the menu. Figuratively or literally. Don't forget what you was designed for, brother. Because that's how you become part of the setup. You see? That's how you become part of the setup. When you forget what you was designed for. When you let somebody make you believe that you was designed to go against your brother in the name of getting a fucking bag. That's a setup, nigga. That's a setup. And you know how you know it's a setup? Because when you betray your man for that bag, them niggas that's going to give you that bag, they might blow your brains out. For you being a disloyal cockroach. You see? Why you think William O'Neill killed himself years later after he set up Fred Hampton? Because he couldn't live with himself being the scum that he decided to become. Because later on, he understood that it all was a setup. And they used him. They used him. See, that's what he realized. That's why he killed himself. Because he realized, damn, I went against my own brother. I went against myself. See, black man, understand, when you go against me, nigga, you going against yourself. Because I don't hate you. See that? When you go against me, you going against yourself. Because I don't hate you. I don't want to see you fall, brother. No matter what you say about me, no matter how you feel about me, nigga, I still don't hate you. So when you go against me, when you backdoor me, when you do some slimy shit to me, just know what you just did to yourself. Just understand this. Understand this. Why you think when these gang members go to prison and they sit in prison, they come back and they regret a lot of shit? Why you think you hear the stories of homies that became best friends in jail, in prison? That's from opposite gangs because they had to fight back to back, knife to knife against the real oppressor up in the mountains. When it don't matter if you blood or crip, nigga, you black. And we want to kill all black people. See, that's what it is when you get up in there. And that's when you realize that brotherly love don't mean just because you wearing a red bandana, nigga. Brotherly love mean me or you, me and you, nigga. Whether you wear red and I wear blue, or whether you wear blue or I wear red, or whether them niggas wear black flags, whatever the fuck the color flag it is. This is our flag, nigga. In prison, this what you flagging. This what you flagging in America, black man. This your flag, nigga. This your flag. This your beads. These your crates, nigga. This. Understand that. Understand that, little nigga. Understand that. Because when you go up in the mountains, that's what them white boys gonna tell you. We gonna kill you and all of them. That's what they're gonna tell you. We don't hate you because you Crip. We don't hate you because you blood. We hate you because you black, nigga. And we will kill you because you black. That's how the blood started. That's how the GDs started. That's how the BDs started. Don't you know that? Same way the Black Panthers started, nigga. The same way. The same way. Wake up and understand that this shit is a setup. And what we were set up for is not what we were designed for. We were set up to have high incarceration rates. We were set up to not have agency. We were set up to have poor health conditions. We were set up to have poor educational support, persistent barriers to wealth, the constant threat of extinction. We were set up for this shit. We wasn't designed for it, nigga. You wasn't designed to be a sellout. You wasn't designed to be a driller, a demon. That's what you wasn't designed to spin blocks and kill niggas that look like you, that you gonna sit in jail with, nigga, when we all go to jail. Cause y'all same little drill rappers that's spinning the block, that's spinning the ray, that's spinning this block, that's spinning that block. Guess what, nigga? You gonna meet them niggas in jail. Y'all gonna all do bids. Y'all gonna all do 60 years together. So guess who wins? The real oppressor, nigga. Cause y'all all in jail. And the ones that's not in jail, y'all are dead. Y'all are all dead. So guess who really won? Learn something about warfare. Learn something about warfare. Learn something, young boy. You were set up to go against them niggas around the corner. 3 blocks down, you were set up. That's how the police make their money, nigga. Don't you get it yet? Don't y'all young niggas get it yet? I know y'all smart. Y'all catch on quick. Y'all gonna meet each other in the feds. Don't you know that? You gonna meet your mortal enemy up north in the mountains, and y'all gonna have 75 years together. What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna kill each other then? And guess what? If you do, they're not gonna give a fuck because you was gonna die in there anyway. He's gonna die in there anyway. You wasn't designed to be in prison. You wasn't designed to be unhealthy. You wasn't designed to be out here a lone wolf. You wasn't designed to be out here uneducated and dumb and can't barely fucking read. That's not what you was designed for. That's what you was set up for. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. If you are here, you enjoyed today's show, CashApp $SheepStaySleepTV. CashApp $SheepStaySleepTV is where y'all can go to donate to today's show, man. I'm going to read a few more of y'all comments, and then we're going to wrap this show up. Kwafi says, yup, because white police officers lived in their neighborhoods too in order to keep tabs on black men, which is the sundown control movement of them. Make them obey. And how you do that? And how do you do that to a free man? Exactly, my brother. Exactly. Alonzo says, it got so popular, even Hispanics became disciples. MLD, maniac Latin disciples. Facts. Facts. Raven says, our tribes often had differences, but they would come together to conquer in war with the common threat to their lives and livelihoods. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I don't know why black men don't understand that, because other groups of guys, they do that. You see, you think these so-called Spaniards, these Spanish men won't team up to go against black men? They already did. That's how they got us off the fucking construction sites. How do you think they got us off the construction sites? Wake up. BGD, Black Gangster Disciples. Facts. Alonzo says we got to fight Asians, etc. too. Triad and Yakuza. We just get stuck at the thug level. We should evolve to suit and tie. And that's what America thinks when they say gangster. Facts. Facts, which is why they were so threatened to Larry Hoover, because he called himself the chairman. He set everything up like a corporation. That's why they don't want that man back on the streets when he got a billionaire like Kanye West. Man, let me shut up. Let me shut up, man. Shout out to Alonzo Hall. Salute, my brother. I love when you get in here and talk that shit, bro, because you know. For real, man. Shout out to you, JLJ. I appreciate you, Miss Angie. Shout out to you. Unionize, Little 95. Salute. Raven says facts, and they did it under a decade. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. If you hit the Cash App, I appreciate it. Much love. Shout out to the sponsors. That's Alpha Juice Co. Make sure you go ahead and get your Alpha Juices. If you would like my suggestion, fellas, get that late night text, man. Y'all, especially if you single, get you a late night text. You know how y'all like to send out y'all late night text. You know, and when Shorty responds and send that location, just make sure y'all go and get a box of condoms. You know, fellas, it's 2022. We not out here having raw sex with strangers. All right. So shout out to everybody for tuning into today's show. Salute to all the visionaries. Much love. We will be back tomorrow. Same time. That's 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to all the visionaries. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Also, don't forget, get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of today's show. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, brothers, we are our own agency. We are our own agency. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.